Hello guys, in this video I'll explain you the programming logic of the white line follow robot. The programming logic of the white line follow robot is exactly opposite to that of the black line follow robot. So as you can see, we have a white line being taped on a black surface and the robot is kept at the starting position of the line. If both the sensors are on the black surface, the IR sensors will be in low state, and when both the sensors are low, we will command the robot to move forward. When the right sensor is on the white line, the right sensor will go high. So when the right sensor is high, you can either stop the right motor or you can move it backwards. In my case, I'll stop the right motor. Since the left sensor is on the black surface, the left motor will move forward. The robot will thus take a radial right turn and it will move forward again. When the left sensor is on the white line, the left sensor will go high, and when the left sensor goes high, I'll stop the left motor. The robot will now take a radial left turn and it will move forward again once both the sensors are on the black surface. Finally, when both the sensors are on white surface, the sensors will go high, and in this state we will stop both the motors, thus stopping the robot. So this is the programming logic of the white line follower robot. And as explained at the start of the video, the white line follower robot programming is exactly opposite to that of the black line follower robot. That is, when any of the sensors go high, the corresponding motor stops moving. Example, if the left sensor goes high, the left motor should stop. Similarly, if the right sensor goes high, the right motor should stop. So after understanding the programming logic of the white line follower robot, next let's write the program for a white line follower. Hello guys, in this video we'll make modifications inside the black line follower robot program for creating a white line follower program. Okay, so there are two possible changes which we can make inside the black line follower program for creating a white line follower program. In the first change, we'll change the digital write conditions. So basically the motor which was moving in the black line follower code will now stop, and the motor which was previously stopped will now start moving. In the second change, in the second type of white line follower program, the motor states will remain as it is, but this time we'll change the sensor states. That is, the sensor which was previously high will now turn low, and the sensor which was previously low will now turn high. Okay, so we'll first write the white line follow program in which we'll change this digital write conditions. Okay, so to do this, I'll first resave this black line follow program, and to do this, I'll click on File. I'll then click on Save As. Now inside the Arduino folder, I'll resave this program. Now inside the Arduino folder, I'll resave this program by the name of white line follower. I'll then hit save. Okay, so the program which is open right now is white line follower. Now inside the white line follow robot code as well, the void setup code will remain as it is. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 will be the output pins for the motors. 8 and 9 will be the input pin for our sensors. Okay, on top we have the two variables, that is ls and rs. On top we have the two integer variables, that is ls and rs. Next, inside void setup, we are first storing the left sensor values inside variable ls. After this, we are storing the right sensor values inside the variable rs. Next, in our first condition, Next, we have a first if conditions. So in case of the white line follower, when both the sensors were on white surface, so during that time, the LS sensor will be high. So during that time, the left sensor will be high and the right sensor will be high. Okay. So when both the sensors were high, so when both the sensors were high, we were stopping. So when both the sensors were high, we were stopping both the motors. So for stopping the motors, I'll change this second condition from 4 comma low to 4 comma high. After this, for stopping the right motor, I'll change 6 comma low to 6 comma high. Okay. So for stopping both the motors, I have changed all the 4 digital write conditions to high. Okay. Alternatively, you can also change all these 4 conditions to low for stopping. Alternatively, you can also change these 4 conditions to low for stopping both the motors. Next in this else if condition, the left sensor is low and the right sensor is high, which means that the left sensor is on the black surface and the right sensor is on the white line. So in case of the white line follow robot, when the left sensor is on black surface and the right sensor is on the white line, so during that time we were moving the left motor and we were stopping the right motor. So for moving the left motor, I'll change this second condition from 4 comma high to 4 comma low, and for stopping the right motor, I'll change this fourth condition from 6 comma low to 6 comma high. After this, in the third if condition, the third if condition reads LS equal to high and RS equal to low, which means that the left sensor is on the white line and the right sensor is on the black surface. So in this case, we were stopping the left motor, and so in this case we were stopping the left motor and we were moving the right motor. So for stopping the left motor, I'll change the second condition to 4 comma high, and for moving the right motor, I'll change the fourth condition to 6 comma low. Finally, the fourth else condition. Finally, the fourth condition, which is the else condition, basically represents what should happen when both the sensors are on the black line. Finally, in the fourth condition, the left sensor is low. Finally, in the fourth condition, which is the else condition, the left sensor is low and the right sensor is low. Okay, so in this case, so when the white line follower, so in case of the white line follower, when both the sensors are on the black line, so during that time we are moving both the motors forward. So for moving the motors, I'll change the second condition to 4 comma low, and I'll change the fourth condition to 4 comma low, so that both the motors will move forward with this condition, so that both the motors will move forward. Okay. So after finishing this code, next I'll click on the compile button to compile and verify the code. So the compilation is done and there are no changes. So the compilation is done and there are no errors inside this program. Okay, after compiling this program, next you can click on the upload button and you can upload this program inside the Arduino. Okay, so this is the first type of white line follow program. So this is the first type of white line follow program in which we made changes inside the digital write code. Okay. Now in the second type of white line follow program, we'll make changes only inside. Now in the second type of white line follow program, we'll make changes only inside the sensor state. Okay. So to do this, I'll again open the blackline follower code. So I'll click on file. I'll go and open. I'll select the black line follower code again. I'll then hit open. Okay. Now make sure that the changes which you are making should be inside the black line follower code and not inside the white line follower code. Okay. So I'll open this. I'll again resave this black line follower code. So I'll click on file, save as. Now I'll give this second file a name of white line follower 2. Okay, you can give any name you want. So the program which is open right now is white line follower 2. Now if I right click on the Arduino option, so the program which is open right now is white line follower 2. Okay, so the program which is open right now is white line follower 2. Okay, now inside this code as well, again inside the white setup, we are not making any changes. We have two integer variables, ls and rs. Now inside ls variable, we are storing the left sensor values. Inside ls variable, we are storing the left sensor values. Inside rs, we are storing the right sensor values. Okay. Now, as I said, few minutes back, inside this second white line follow robot code, will just change the sensor state. So now, in case of high, we'll change this. Now, in place of high, we'll change this to low. So in the first if condition, I'll change both the high statements to low. So in case of the black line follower, white line follower, when both the sensors are on black line, that is when both the sensors are low, the motors are moving forward. So this if condition is satisfied. Next, in this second else if condition, I'll change the low to high and I'll change the high to low. Okay. So in case of the white line follower, when the left sensor is high and the right sensor is low, so during that time, we are stopping the left motor and we are moving the right motor. So this second else if condition is also satisfied. After this, in this third else if condition, I'll change the high to low and I'll change the low to high. Okay. So when the left sensor is on the black surface and the right sensor is on the white line, so during that time, we are moving the left motor and we are stopping the right motor. So this condition also gets satisfied. Okay. Now finally, we have this else condition. Now in case of the white, finally we have this else condition. Now in case of the black line follower, the first condition was basically set to high. Okay. So the final condition was finally we have this else condition. Now since finally we have this else condition. Now since the first condition is set to low, second condition is set to high, third condition is set to low, high. Okay, so this final condition will now automatically become high. Okay, so in case of the white line follower, when both the sensors are on white surface, so during that time we are stopping both the motors. Okay, so this final else condition of high is also getting satisfied. Okay, so in this specific video, we have written two white line follower by using the black line follower code as a reference. In this first white line follower, we have kept the sensor state as it is, but we have made changes inside the digital write conditions. In the second white line follower program, which I have named as white line follower 2, I have kept the digital write conditions. In the second white line follower code, which I have named as white line follower 2, I have kept the digital write conditions as it is, but I have changed these if conditions. In the second white line follower code, I have kept the digital write conditions as it is, but I have changed the if statements. In the second white line follower code, I have kept the digital write conditions as it is, but I've changed the sensor states inside the if statements. Okay. So after finishing the two white line follower code, so after finishing the second white line follower code, I'll click on the compile button to check. So after finishing the second white line follower code, I'll click on the compile button to check if there are. So after finishing the second white line follower code, I'll click on the compile button. So there are no errors in the code. And after this, I'll click on the upload button. And after this, I'll click on the upload button to upload this program inside my Arduino.